Hi there, it's Matthew Gibbs from Health MOT. In this short video I'm going to show you how to make a very quick and healthy evening meal. It's going to take 15 minutes and it's going to be fish, it's going to be smoked herring, we're going to have some vegetables, that's going to be broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli, and we're going to have a side to that, that's going to be quinoa, red quinoa and bulgur with kale and cashew nuts. So I'll prepare the whole thing in a maximum of 15 minutes. If I'd been prepared in advance, if I'd done some of the ingredients a few days before, like the quinoa, then I could have done it in 5 to 8 minutes. So it's really something very, very quick and it's very simple, but the main thing is it's very healthy. In the whole video, I'll talk a little bit about intermittent fasting because I've got a video series coming out about intermittent fasting, how to get yourself started on that and give you some of the information about how you could utilise that to improve your body composition and improve your health. And following that, I'll give you the whole video of how I actually make this evening meal in 15 minutes, and you can then give it a go and let me know how you get on, how you like it, and whether you made it in 15 minutes, whether you've got any other tricks to make it even quicker. So here we go. Hi there, it's Matthew Gibbs from Health MOT, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening, just come in from work. And tonight what I want to do is make a video to show you how to do intermittent fasting, and we're doing the starting step, so it's a very beginner level step and it's going to be an intermittent fast for 12 hours. So that's very, very simple. It's just having an evening meal and then it's having nothing else to eat before you go to bed, going to sleep, waking up in the morning, and that's usually in 12 hours from when you had your evening meal. So I'll have my evening meal at just before 7 o'clock. And I'll then have breakfast just before 7 o'clock in the morning. So that's what I'm going to do with the video tonight, but in the process I want to get my tea ready, and what we've got tonight is got smoked herring, and I'm going to have that with broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli, and then we're going to do a cashew nut and kale mix with red quinoa and bulgur. So there's quite a number of things to do, but it's very simple, very easy. All the food that I like to do is very quick and simple, and this is going to take about 15 minutes. So you can watch me do that, and we can then just cut out the little bits of the video where I'm actually cooking and not talking. So I'm just going to weigh half of the bag of quinoa and bulgur. I'm just going to turn that on, and all you need to do with packets of quinoa and bulgur, and this one, red quinoa and bulgur, I get this from Sainsbury's, probably about £1.70, and just put it on the hob. I boiled the kettle as soon as I came in to make this quicker. I like all my cooking process to be as quick as possible, as efficient as possible. I'm going to turn on the timer and see how long this actually takes. All you do is pour boiling water on top, let it boil for about 5-6 minutes, then turn it off, just let it finish, make sure it's cooked, and then you can drain it. And what we'll do then is put it in the frying pan with the kale and the cashew nuts. So I'm going to put some water in this pan here, and we're just going to blanch the kale, just soften it up a little bit. So the kale goes on for a couple of minutes, that'll just soften it up. We can take it out, and then we can put the broccoli and the purple sprouting broccoli back in there to steam that. So that's going to take another, say, 6-7 minutes. And we've got the smoked haddock, I think it is. Haddock, herring, smoked herring, talking rubbish. And we actually had this in the freezer, and decided I was going to have this today at work. So when my wife came home from work, she took it out of the freezer, it's defrosted, and all I'm going to do is pop it in the oven. That's going to take about, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes just to sort of warm through. So again, very quick and efficient process there. Put that in the oven. And then what I can do is I can get myself ready for frying the kale and the quinoa and the cashew nuts, put some onion in there as well, and that'll be it. So we're at 2 minutes.
going to fry using coconut oil. We don't use coconut oil all the time, but we do have it in stock in the kitchen, and we like to use that. Nothing wrong with coconut oil. A lot of people think there's something wrong with it, it's going to affect your health. Well, that's really not true. If you read the right information, then you'll know that the coconut oil is just fine for you. Okay. So we're steaming that, cooking that, and we'll get on with preparing the cashew nuts. What we'll do is we'll just crush those down a little bit. So just crush the cashew nut, that just makes it smaller, easier pieces to fry off, and it makes for a better looking and tasting dish and not such big pieces in there. I'm going to fry an onion in a minute. Just get the onion out. Okay, so you'll see that the kale is blanched, so we're just taking that out. Be careful not to burn your hands on the steam there, and we're just going to put the broccoli and purple sprouting broccoli back in and let that. It's now 7 minutes, and we'll leave that for the remainder of what I estimated was a 15 minutes, so like 8 minutes. The quinoa and bulgur, that's boiling now, and that'll be ready in a couple of minutes. What you could do to speed this whole meal up even more is you could have maybe the fish, just have it cold, or you could have it already cooked from the day before, and the quinoa could already be cooked. It could be something that you've had maybe a few days ago, you had a little bit left over, and if you've got it left over, then once it's cold, then you can fry it straight away. So this meal, the whole meal, could actually be made in about 5 to 8 minutes. So it's you know, it's one of those things. I do like my food. I do like it to look good, to taste good, and be healthy. But I like it to be quick. I've no time. I'm always too busy to make anything too demanding, too difficult from recipes. If I'm going to do that, then I might do that at the weekend when I might have a bit of time, or make some time. But in the evening, after work, well, I eat well, and I want it to be quick. So we've got the kale ready, and we can turn on the frying pan. As that heats up in a minute, we'll start frying the onion off, and we'll then put the kale in there and the cashew nuts, and we'll wait for this to boil through. And I also, you may have noticed as the video is speeded up, I did put a little bit of chicken stock, and you can use any kind of stock, but putting stock in bulgur or quinoa just gives it that little bit more taste and flavour. So sometimes people say, oh, I don't want quinoa or anything like that because it's just too bland. The trick with that kind of food product is to either flavour it while you're boiling it, cooking it, or put it in some other meal, some other dish. For example, like we've got here with kale, cashew nuts, with salt and pepper, and we really have a fantastic side dish. Coconut butter or coconut oil melts very quickly, and we can then start putting the onions in. bit of garlic in, and we'll start frying it then. Okay, we're at the 12-minute point now, 12-13 minutes, so check the fish. The fish is warmed through, so we're going to turn that off, just leave it to finish off in there. The broccoli, that's nearly steamed through, so we can turn that off. We'll just leave it underneath the steam for a few more minutes, and the bulgur and quinoa, that's pretty much done, so I'm going to pull that through the colander, and we're going to add it. The onions have been frying for a few minutes now with the garlic and the cashew nuts and the kale. Because we're using this quinoa and bulgur straight from the boil, we've not made it the day before. If it was the day before or a few days have been left in the fridge so it's cold, then there wouldn't be that moisture content of water, so that's why you hear it sort of frying a little bit loud. Turn off the hob. Okay, it's 14.5 minutes, so let's say that's the 15 minutes I allotted myself for cooking all this meal, and what I can do is I can just straight away serve myself. So I've got my quinoa, bulgur, kale and cashew nuts. Got some broccoli, some purple sprouting broccoli. And straight from the oven I've got the herring, the smoked herring. So that's my full meal. It took me 15.5 minutes from start to finish, and if I eat that now it's going to be 6:30, and then I can do my start my 12-hour intermittent fasting process, and we'll put that on video and you'll be able to see how that's done, and then you'll be able to get the next videos where you see how we extend the 12 hours to 15 hours to 18 hours, 24 hours, and even as far as 36 hours, but I wouldn't recommend that so often. 24 hours is maybe plenty, and okay, enjoy your evening meal. That's mine, nice and healthy, nice and tasty, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.